Okay, rolling.
It's been peaceful here in the 5 worlds. Or is it 6? For a dragon's age, we now have 12,000 treasure. Or is it 14,000?
What about this Ganasty Ganok character? Now, I understand he's found a magic spell to turn gems into warriors for his cause.
I'll take that question. Nasty Nork is a simple creature.
Simple?
He has been contained in a remote world and is no threat to the Dragon Kingdom.
No threat?
Besides, he is ugly.
Ugly? That does it!
Huh? Looks like I've got some things to do.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Milos Plays Games. Today we're starting off, as I promised, with Spyro the Dragon 1. We're using the Reignited trilogy here for a couple of reasons. The first one, you know, it's a lot higher quality these days for these remasters. These remasters are great. Like the Spyro trilogy is fantastic. The Crash Bandicoot one is great as well. The other being the fact that I am looking to find time to invest energy into, you know, HD CP stripping my PS3 so I can record the PS1 games. I was planning on doing that once I could to, you know, do a nice comparison between this and the others, but I'm sure you could find that pretty easily across YouTube anywhere right now. Let's see, so we're starting here in the Artisan World where it always drops you off on a clean save file. And this is one of the things I remember pretty well. There we go, chase this guy down. He'll give you a few gems, and by the end of it, looks like his animation's broken. By the end of it, you get a couple. Let's see, in every world, you have a set amount of gems to collect. Collecting all of these gems at the end of the game will lead you to a little bit of a bonus. What that bonus is, I'm sure a lot of you already know what it is, but I'll be showing that off later in an extras video. Right now, we're going to get back to it, and we're going to start rescuing dragons. The first one, I skipped for a minute just so we could chat, but I'm going to hush up for a minute so we can get started. You guys can hear him talk and get some more plot.
Thank you for releasing me, Spyro. Free 10 dragons in the Artisan World, then find the balloonist. He'll transport you to the next world.
What about Nasty Nork? I'm going after him.
Find dragons first. That's all I can tell you.
And finding dragons will do. This is going to be really easy. There we go, there's one.
Where's Nasty Nork? I'll torch him.
Keep your horns on, Spyro. You have much to learn first. Do you know what the dragonfly following you is doing? His name is Sparks, and he's helping and protecting you. Keep an eye on him and see what I mean.
Funnily enough, this is one of the very first games as a kid that I could 100%. Granted, there were some easier ones I had back growing up, like Sonic the Hedgehog. Those were... Whew, those were easy, but even then I had trouble with some of the special stages, especially the first game. That one, I'd say that one was a little more difficult in some aspects than, say, Sonic 2's half-pipe design. But that'll be for another day. Right now we're going after is all the Norks in this land. We're going to get all the gems. And we'll go start our first level here. I wholeheartedly plan to get every last gem that we can. Here we go.
Hey, Spyro! Press the jump button twice to glide. And don't be afraid.
Afraid? Of what?
Falling from high mountain peaks? Plummeting into prehistoric glaciers?
Oh, that.
The one thing I really love that they did differently here from the original Spyro games to this remaster from Toys from Bob, or Toys, yeah, whatever their name is, they really stylized up the characters and the dragons that you're rescuing. These guys have so much more personality, they have so much more everything, really. They have nice new animations. The hats and the clothes are such a nice touch. And you think, oh, it's just going to be a little bit like that through the whole game. No, they really make it work through every region of the game. Here we go. Gotta look behind every little nook and cranny. Alright, let's see. I think we're missing one or two up here. Yep. Now really, realistically, if I remember right, you did not have to even fight the bosses to go to some of these realms. You just had to collect enough dragons and you were set. I think though one world had a boss requirement, but I will correct myself through post-editing if I'm wrong about that. There we go, in that little chest is a little crystallized dragon. That will grant you a 1-up. Now, to get 1-ups later on in the game, when you're replaying levels or anything, they're going to drop little spheres. Little shiny silver spheres for you to collect. Collect enough of those, and you get an extra 1-up. Here we go. And here's what I mean. This gentleman here, the balloonist, he'll let you go to wherever you like as long as you've met his requirements. This one is simply a dragon count requirement. Let's see, we're just missing... How do we do this again? Oh, yep, still getting used to the new controls. I am using an Xbox controller for this on PC. Let's see, okay, I know how to make Sparks check for the gems, but I really want to avoid that. I want to play like it was originally played. There we go. Though I do wish to show off that feature.
Cool flash.
They added it from the third
The
game
Artisan's
onward.
boss is through a portal in the dragon mouth, but you are not yet ready, Spyro. First, you must complete one of the other Artisan lands.
Yeah, the feature was added in from the third game, which allows Sparks to point out any missing gems and treasures to you. Let's see, let's go ahead and make use of that one now. There you go. Looks like he's pointing over here. And he's pointing into the hedge maze, or the hedge garden here. And sure enough, there they are. And that marks 100% gems and 100% in the Artisan realm. Let's go ahead and tackle Dark Hollow. This was a nice little addition too. They let you play with Spyro as the stage is loading. Fly up, down, left and right, barrel rolling, shoot fire if you like. The one thing I can immediately see from the PC port to the console ports is the loading times aren't terribly different. I do have this game running on a SATA SSD here, but I guess we're really not at the point where SSDs are making a whole lot of impact on games just yet. Okay, this chest we're going to need a key for. These guys, yeah, these guys you don't want to try to flame. If you try, oh, well, never mind, I'm getting made a little liar right here. Those guys, though, if you have any attempt to ram them, take it. Because if they're going to put their shields down like that, I cannot make a good example here, can I, folks? Usually, iron items in this game will just mean that you're going to have to charge them one way or another, whether it be a regular charge, or as you'll see later down the video, a supercharge. Supercharges, I remember especially being difficult as a child. Those of you who have played the game will know which one I'm talking about much later down the line. Oh, there we go. Did not want me to hit him, so he put up the shield proper. There we go. Let's see. Looks like we're getting close to the end of this stage here, but we're not going to be leaving until we get 100%. And the good thing is, we don't have to leave any stage until we get 100%, unlike some of the other games.
But a quick flame, that should defeat them.
There we are, the end portal. But we are not quite ready for that. 100 gems and 2 dragons. Pretty easy stuff. Oh yes, I suppose we should examine these old pedestals that the dragons stand on. Whenever you pass by, it works just like the old game. It'll autosave, and you have the option to replay the dragon. Their fairy models look fantastic. They're a lot bigger than I remember in the PlayStation 1 game, but they still look fantastic by all means. There we go. There we go. We're gonna have to go up onto that ledge. There we go. And we got a secret light back here. If I remember right, one of the interesting things about Spyro was that when this game was coming out initially, they and Naughty Dog did a nice little bit of a collaboration where you could input a code into Crash 3 to play the Spyro 1's demo, and vice versa. I wish I could show that off now, but if I ever get a chance, I definitely will. Oh. Yeah, see, this guy is all iron armor. You want to wait till he turns around, shoot him in the butt, and he is down. And these environments, if I can for just a minute, are so beautiful. So well crafted. A lot of attention to detail.
Spyro, want to know a secret? Use the action button when you want to zoom in and look around.
Oh, your secret's safe with me.
Yeah, let's go into that shot. Let's see. There we go. Action button is tied to R3 or the right stick on Xbox there. And you get a nice good look around this way if you so desire. This feature will come a little more in handy towards later in the game. And there's our key. Later on in the game, you'll be required to pick up objects like small rocks and then shoot them around at other little enemies throughout the game. It's not so much of a prominent feature. It's pretty much dedicated to like 1 or 2 levels or realms only. Though if I'm not mistaken, it comes up more in 2 and 3. On 2 and 3 though, I still plan to have some friends who grew up with 2 and 3 play through this game with me. They can provide a little more insight and whatnot for you all as well. There is no set deadline on that one or anything like that. Goes back to promising that I do not have a set upload schedule and probably won't for a while. There we go, we're just missing 8 gems and we're looking at them. There's all 100.
Oh, it's you. I wasn't sure if you'd escape those annoying little creatures. Of course, they wouldn't bother me, but here's a hint. Their metal armor is fireproof, but a charge attack will take care of them.
And we have it 100% in Dark Hollow. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to the next stage. Now I know I'm going to leave the... We're going to leave the speedways for an extras video. But yeah, we're not going to leave those out whatsoever. Okay, there we go, and we are back to the Artisan's Homeworld. I may be eating my words a little bit there as for the load times, but I'm not going to complain. And there we go. As you saw Sparks just pick up one of the little silver orbs. Collect enough of those, and you get a free extra life. Alright, thought he ran in there. But let's go ahead and make our way to the next stage. Which will be right here. Good old Stone Hill. This is usually a lot of people's first level. And I like that the background will change with you as each level is very different. Go. This one is comfortably just like the Artisan World. In fact, I was always hoping when I played the game as a kid that when I was entering the first stages, they'd all resemble something like this, because it's what a lot of games did. The first couple levels looked just like the starting area. There we go, a couple gems, another locked chest, and a dragon down here.
Watch the dragonfly, Spyro. His color indicates his power. When he eats butterflies, he stays strong, like me.
Sure.
What I like is a lot of the dragons will tell you the same thing, usually worded differently, or you'll see soon enough that they're just gonna say goodbye. Or, in some cases, nothing at all. Go. A lot of rams in this stage. But we're also going to come across our first dragon egg in here too. Dragon eggs aren't actually all that bad at all to capture. You just need some patience. And just some layout, know the layout of the area too.
When you free a dragon or step on one of their platforms, you're saving your progress. That could be useful if you run into trouble. Not that you ever run into trouble, Spyro.
Alright, we've got 4 dragons this time, 200 gems, and a dragon egg. Now that we've got the main starting area cleared out, we're going to go and tackle this side. Another free life for us, why not? A ram that wasn't doing its job proper. I think we're going to save you for a little bit later there, friend. And once you see those sparkles there, you'll know it's safe to come down here. Now, in some instances, you won't see sparkles like that right away. You'll just have to take a leap of faith or manipulate the camera, look down, and see if it's good for you. Then you've either got a nice little secret spot, or you've just lost yourself a life. Alright, we got the key. Let's head back to the start. Now, what all these gems are really doing is, at the end of the game, they unlock a special world for you that I'll be showing off in an extras video, like I said before, where you get to fly around freely, do as you please, It's like a speedway, actually. There are a little bit of a couple goals there, but really sandbox for whatever you want to do. Oh, now if you hear that, that little taunting laugh up there is the little guy we're going to be going after here in a second. There we go, we're getting closer. Oh, these shepherds, man, I love these guys. Let's see here. Any more gems along the walls? Sure are. Always look everywhere. There we go, an iron chest. Iron chests are great. They can just be rushed right into. They'll pop right open. Now, you'll see there are a couple that are similar in design, but you can't just charge into them. No, you're going to need a supercharge or a fairy's gift.
Spyro, my friend, how about a hint on gliding?
You bet.
For the longest glide, press the jump button at the top of your jump, and try pressing the action button to drop down mid-flight.
Oh yeah, there we go. Simply states, as you're gliding, you can just simply cancel your flight if you'd like to. You'll notice I was doing that a little bit beforehand back there in Dark Hollow. Here we go. Now, over here is where you're going to have a few gems hidden around, and just momentarily, our little buddy. Take a nice view of that ocean. The land surrounding it. God, this game is beautiful. I really love a lot of the work Toys for Bob has done for this game. I mean, I have a little bit of a beef with them on the console version. That being, you know, they promised us the game was being delayed for the reason that they're going to put 2 and 3 on one disc for the PS4, Xbox One. I didn't pay much attention to how it was going to go for the Switch, unfortunately, so I can't speak for that. But I thought that was kind of a upsetting statement that they were going to do that, and then turns around they chose to try, but they ultimately didn't make it happen. And from the looks of things, it could have happened, but we all know how that turned out. Interesting thing here, these little barriers are always around every level no matter what, so you can't pop out. Let's see, here you go. You can usually, you can usually see these little panels light up too, the ones closest to where you're bopping. Neat little detail, even today. Now, I think one thing to spice up the LP through this game, what I'll do is I'll eventually add some mods into this game to change Spyro up a little bit. Maybe like his PS1 self, or, you know, nice little things like that. If you have a particular mod you'd want to see in here, just go ahead, drop me one in the comments. Message me any way that you can, and I will take a look at them. Now, let's get to this guy. Oh, you're going to run away. There you go. This guy is always going to have your dragon eggs. In some cases, not very often, there's 2 of them. Both of them will yield you 1 egg, but coming back, they're going to act like any standard enemy and just net you a silver orb. Here you go, just chase them around. Try to cut some of the edges. Whoop, messed up there. And get close and hit him. And there we go. We are just 1 step closer to 100%. We've only got 7 more gems to go. Just want to make sure I haven't missed any up here. Ah, we almost did. Alright, let's head back. They are shimmering in the distance for me. Alright, 2 to go. A lot of times I'll go back and find them where I've already been. Here I am telling you everyone to be observant in their games, explore a little bit. And here I am missing some pretty easy gems.
After you've freed all the dragons, pass through this fancy vortex thingamajigger. It'll take you back to the Artisan home. But first, let me tell you a story.
No thanks. See ya!
Alright, Sparks. I didn't want to do it, but let's enlist your help. Oh, wow. Oh, there we have it. The gems are... at least one of them is up top. Let's head back on over, grab that. And the rest should be up there, and then we can get ourselves out of here. Alright, where'd you go? There you are, there's one. Let's make sure we don't have to jump down. I think we're gonna have to. No, we're not. See, a lot of gems like that are pretty easy to miss. As long as you have more brains than me, you'll be good. Cool deal. Alright, you'll see we have 100% on Artisan, Stone Hill, and Dark Hill so far. Game total 8%. Alright, let's run down this little pathway here. And into Town Square. And we are now back to Town Square. Growing up, this was probably my favorite level. It felt like it was the best design, most interesting looking. I loved the bulls. Fighting them was a bit of a challenge until, I sat down like, oh, this isn't too bad.
Welcome to Town Square, Spyro. Begin exploring by gliding to that area with the bulls. Use the right stick to get a good look.
Thanks, Spyro. I had the worst itch on the tip of my wing. Did you know that you get your longest glides by pressing the jump button at the very top of your jump?
Just about it as it is for any game. There we go. Pop him, so you can pop him. Oh, there we go. We got our egg thief again. Now, as with the Crash Bandicoot remakes, everything in this game is one-to-one level geometry-wise, but the physics are a little different. They're made to be better in a sense, but this jump is going to be a lot more difficult here in a moment, as you'll see. We're going to come right back to that. Just some good old treasure hunting.
Spyro, did you see a man dressed in blue running around here? He's a thief, and he's stolen a dragon egg. You've got to track him down and get that egg. Run, run! I'm getting a little winded.
Yep, we're on it. Need to get up on here, glide around, and booyah. We're gonna come back for that little green gem I just missed. Whoop. I've seen some instances he's gonna try to throw you off too. Make sure he didn't hop back over. Yep, we're good. Alright, let's give this another go. Ah, you'll see, yep, he hops right up there. Third time's the charm, right? Of course it is. There we go. Alright, we got ourselves another dragon egg. So far we're just missing one dragon, but I think he's close at hand. Let's get back up there and get all those treasures we missed. I still stand by this. I love this level design in this stage in particular. It's a really small stage, but it just feels a lot bigger. I mean, that's nothing compared to the last stage we were in, of course, but I'm gonna stick by that. This is probably my first favorite stage in the game.
Thank you for releasing me, Spyro. You can always check your progress by accessing the guidebook through the pause menu.
Oh, let's see, we're only at 192 gems. Where could our missing gems be? Yeah, the fairies know I'm having a bit of a time right now, so they're just gonna sit there, laugh, and taunt me. But I think we'll show them that we know better. Yep, we snagged those. And there they are. Another 100. Oh, dang. I was so used to the little bit of extra up the extra oomph you get at the end of your flight there by pressing the what was the triangle button in the original game. And with that, there we go. With that, we are now 100% done with the level name. I can't remember. Oh, right, that's Town Square. We've only got one more stage in this area to go. And that, my friends, will be our boss. Welcome to Toasty. Alright, Toasty is our very first boss level. This one's going to be pretty simple. 1 dragon, 100 gems, nothing extra, nothing fancy about it. You're going to see the shepherd is going to command all of his dogs here to hop on us. And I feel like in this game it's a little bit more difficult to get near them. There we go, unless you utilize the little roll by the shoulder buttons. Oh, see, I am not doing what I am preaching. But as for our first boss, this level is very forgiving. There you go, you can also just casually walk out of the way of them too. Cool, cool. Now, coming up here shortly, we're going to have some more chickens to put Sparks back into good health, because look at this poor man. He might be smiling, but he is not feeling good. Oh, almost had that. Alright, now that you see Sparks is gone, he's no longer auto-picking up gems for us. We have to walk into them physically and not just near them to get them. But Sparks will come back. We just have to get a butterfly or die. Since we got the gems out of these guys, we can just skip on right by. As you'll see noted by our guidebook there. Oops, too soon. There we go. These little silver spheres are a good little bonus too. And right there we have a little bit of an extra path. Let's go ahead and open up here. Oh! Yep, see, you gotta bang which way you're rolling to, because you could end up plummeting to your death. Spyro might have wings, but he sure as heck can't fly. Alright, here we go. Once we wake him up, we are going straight into the fight.
Nasty Nork has put one of his most devious henchmen in charge of the Artisan World.
Bring him on! I think I smell a barbecue.
Be careful, Spyro. Toasty has many tricks up his sleeve.
Alright, that is officially all the dragons in the Artisan Realms. We're up to 56 gems. And you'll notice you haven't seen any more around here. Well, the good part is, there's still a couple of shepherd dogs to hit. And Toasty here himself has got a few for us. There you go, he's dropped to 5. Oh. I'm gonna get this one day, I promise. Oh, and look at that, he's just a regular old sheep. Who'd have thunk it? down. Toasty the sheep is no more. And it looks like my nostalgia goggles are a little foggy there. I could always remember some sheep in here, but I guess not. Or some sheep, use some butterflies back. But folks, with that, we are now 100% done with the Artisan's Realm. We're walking out of here with 700 gems out of 12,000 to go. There we go, and just like that, Sparks is back. Get him nice and feeling good again. And we're gonna make our way for the balloonist now. And like I said, I will be coming back to these speedways later on as an extra video, leading up towards the hideout that Nesty Nork has later in the game.
You've been busy rescuing dragons, Spyro. You may travel to the Peacekeeper's world if you like. Are you ready to go?
Alrighty folks, once we get up in the balloon, that's going to be the end of this video. And we will see you back in part 2 of Spyro.
Come on, Spyro.